How Adolf became an altar boy. You may find it surprising, but Adolf used to be an altar boy. Yeah, I know, right? How did this happen, you want to know? Well, he had to pass the exam, that's how. There was a handbook and all. Why? Come on, why? You think 10-year-olds consider reasons for anything? He was a child of religious parents, that's the reason. All it took was a suggestion. To pass the exam, he had to study from a handbook. Altar Boy Handbook. There was 30 questions and 29 straightforward answers. The answer for the last question was a parable instead. This one is a diary that Adolf was meant to keep during one of those spiritual retreats for altar boys. With hindsight, you could see that there was an atheist waiting to come out. Just look at that. Lazy shit left almost everything blank and drew some crap instead. This bit, for example, it says songs, hymns, and he turned it into a spaceship and drew a He-Man. Nice. What is the testimony of faith? This was the question that was not answered straightforward but with a parable instead. I will now recreate it for your benefit with the hope that you learn from it more than Adolf did. So there was a man who had a donkey. The donkey did not want to drink water and the man was worried because he thought that something bad may happen to a donkey if she would not have a drink soon. But how do you make a stubborn donkey, who is a daughter of even more stubborn donkey, do something she refuses to do? The man brought in another donkey, one with no drinking problem. Then he made the first donkey watch the other donkey drink water. Having witnessed this, the donkey number one went ahead and got drunk. Drank some water. Problem solved, and all lived happily ever after. It made me wonder though, why is the donkey affected by the behaviors of others? Why would she care what other donkeys do, or say, or think? You see, there is this conflict in every donkey, who simultaneously desires things that lay on the opposite ends of spectrum. This tug of war between the need to be part of the herd and the need to maintain his or her individuality. So it's hardly surprising that emotionally vulnerable donkey can be so easily persuaded by the testimony of other donkey. I don't mean to be disparaging for this other water drinking donkey. He may be trying to do the right thing. His intention might be pure. He says, I drink water and look at me, I'm so much better off and so will you if you join in. He may genuinely believe water drinking is the thing rather than being a part of the group that shares a belief. The effect would be exactly the same if instead drinking water they would, eat sand, for example, as long as there was a number of donkeys sharing this belief. Well, I'm not entirely sure where I was going with all this bullshit, but I think this is where the lessons for today ends. So, like and subscribe, or leave a comment, or both, or whatever, or don't.